The funeral flowers for my late husband Floyd were still fresh when his sons, Sidney and Edwin, staged their coup. Sitting in Floyd's leather office chair, I watched them transform from grieving sons into cold-blooded liquidators. Sidney, a high-priced San Francisco lawyer, wore his father's passing like a tailored suit. Edwin, the younger consultant with a history of failed schemes, oozed a synthetic sympathy that made my skin crawl. They didn't come to comfort me. They came for the bloodline assets. With theatrical precision, Sidney laid out the terms. The family home, $850,000. The Lake Tahoe villa, $750,000. Business assets, $400,000. All theirs, for me, a $200,000 life insurance policy, and a $180,000 mountain of Floyd's unpaid medical bills. It's not personal, Colleen, Edwin purred, but Dad wanted the wealth to stay in the family. They gave me 30 days to pack up 2 decades of memories and vanish with a measly $20,000 net. My lawyer, Martin, begged me to fight. He suspected the will had been tampered with. But while searching Floyd's desk, I found a small, worn brass key. It didn't fit any lock in the house. That key represented a side of Floyd his sons never understood, his cunning. I made a choice that shocked everyone. I told the boys, I won't fight. I'll sign everything over today. They smiled, thinking they'd bullied me into submission. The brass key led me to a private safety deposit box at First National Bank of Sydney, and Edwin never knew existed. Inside, I found the real Floyd. Reports showing Sidney's massive gambling debts and Edwin's fraudulent investment schemes. They weren't grieving, they were drowning in debt. Also, a statement for Whitaker Holdings LLC with a balance of $4.7 million. Floyd had moved the bulk of our wealth months before his death to protect it from his sons. And then, the poison pill. He had heavily mortgaged the house and the business. The properties his sons were so eager to inherit were actually liabilities. They were inheriting millions in debt, not millions in equity. At the final hearing, the atmosphere was thick with the brothers' triumph. They watched eagerly as I signed away my rights. They thought they had won the jackpot. But as their lawyer began to review the final disclosures of the estate's current liens and mortgages, the color drained from his face. He reached the one sentence Floyd had left as a parting gift. The beneficiaries shall assume all associated debts immediately upon transfer. He froze. He realized that by forcing me to sign, they had just legally tethered themselves to a financial sinking ship, while they spent the next few years in bankruptcy courts. I walked away with the $4.7 million Floyd had hidden for me. They wanted the bloodline legacy. I gave it to them, exactly as they deserved.